Alarm sounds. Phones ringing. Computer screens flashing red error messages. Employees rushing around in panic. Engineer shouting, "Sir, the system crashed again. We're losing money fast." Another engineer, "We've already lost over $5 million. CEO storms into the room, furious. CEO, furious, shouting, "We're losing millions every minute. Fix it now." Cut to corner room. John, the black janitor, quietly mopping the floor. No one looks at him. People walk past him as if he doesn't exist. John pauses. He looks at the screen for a moment. Narrator voiceover, dramatic. But what they didn't know was the janitor already knew the answer. Fade out to next scene. John is pushing a cleaning cart through the hallway. A group of office workers walk past, smirking. Employee 1, loud enough for others to hear. He probably can't even read a sign, let alone fix a system. Employee 2, laughing. Yeah, he's just useful for mopping floors. Nothing more. John hears everything, but keeps a gentle smile. He quietly continues cleaning. Suddenly, Lily, the CEO's kind-hearted 8-year-old daughter, walks up to him, holding a small book. Lily, softly, "Good morning, Mr. John." John stops and smiles warmly at her. John, "Good morning, little miss. You doing okay today?" Lily, nodding, "You always work so hard." "Thank you." She gives him a small piece of candy and walks away. John watches her with gratitude in his eyes. End. Storage room. Moments later, John walks into a small storage room to put away his tools. He notices a damaged electric kettle on a shelf. He picks it up, looks around, makes sure no one is watching, and pulls a mini screwdriver from his pocket. In less than a minute, John fixes the wiring and tests the switch. The kettle light turns on. John, whispering to himself with a soft smile, still works. He places it back neatly and walks out quietly. Mr. Smith, the CEO, storms into the main office area, face red with rage. Employees stand stiff like statues. CEO M.R. Smith shouting, "This is a disgrace. We are losing millions because of your incompetence." HR manager MRS. Lewis steps forward, trying to protect herself. MRS, Lewis. "Sir, the staff is distracted. That janitor keeps wandering around near the workstations. He's disturbing everyone." She points toward John, who is quietly stacking cleaning supplies against a wall. Everyone turns to glare at him as if it's his fault. CEO, cold voice, "This is not a place for lazy people. Get him away from the computers." John stays silent, bows his head slightly, and moves his bucket to the side. He overhears engineers whispering loudly. Engineer 3, whispering, "If the central server crashes again, the entire company may go bankrupt." Engineer 4, "No one is able to decode where the loop is stuck." John looks at their computer from a distance. The error code looks familiar. Asterisk at that moment, Mike, a proud senior engineer with an arrogant smirk, walks by John. Mike, loudly, so everyone hears, "Huh, even if that janitor's mop was made of pure gold, he still couldn't help us." People laugh cruelly. John just keeps his eyes down, but clenches his fist slightly. He says nothing, but the pain shows in his eyes. Narrator voice, low dramatic tone. They blamed him for everything, but none of them knew he was about to save them all. John sits on a small stool, rubbing his tired hands. He gazes at an old photograph tucked in his wallet. Soft emotional piano, music fades in. Flashback years ago in home office, another country. Young John, wearing a clean shirt, sits proudly at a computer solving complex code. He has a glowing smile. His little son sits on his lap, laughing while his wife brings tea. Wife, smiling, "You are the best software engineer they have. I'm so proud of you." John smiles at her and kisses his son's forehead. Flash, hospital scene, ambulance siren. John running down hospital corridor. Doctors shaking heads. John screams in silent agony. Doctor, voice echo fading, "I'm sorry, we did everything we could." The image of his wife and child covered with white sheet. John falls to his knees. Tears roll down his face. Narrator, soft, emotional, He lost everything in one terrible night. His world collapsed, and so did his soul. Flashback continues. Airport. John standing at airport immigration with a small bag, holding that same photo. Walks alone into a new land. Narrator. He left his homeland, started wiping floors to survive in a foreign place. A brilliant mind forced to hide in a janitor's uniform. Cut back 2%. Storage room. John wipes a tear quietly, puts the photo back carefully. John whispers to himself, I promise him I'd never stop trying to be useful. He stands up, takes a deep breath, and leaves the room with renewed, silent courage. Mr. Smith stands at the center of the chaotic office, red-faced and furious. He checks his watch. CEO M.R. Smith shouting, You all have 10 minutes. If this system isn't back up, every single one of you is fired. Engineers start typing frantically. Some staff start crying in stress. Mike whispers angrily under his breath. Mike, frustrated, we're finished. Nobody can fix this in time. Lily, holding her teddy bear, watches the chaos from the corner. She walks gently toward John, who is standing nearby watching silently. Lily's soft voice, Mr. John, why don't you help my daddy? You're very smart, I know it. John looks surprised and touched by her innocence. Before he can answer, Mike overhears and bursts out laughing. Mike, mocking loudly, Ha! A janitor solve $1 million system? That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. Others laugh along loudly. Employee, mocking, You're right. Maybe he can fix it with his mop and broom. Lily looks angry at them. Lily, defending John, he's smarter than all of you. John gently shakes his head at Lily, signaling her not to argue. He quietly walks a bit closer to computers and watches the code on screen as time ticks away. Clock shows 9 o'clock minutes remaining. John clenches his jaw slightly. The clock shows 8 o'clock minutes left. Tension is suffocating the room. Mr. Smith is pacing angrily. Everyone keeps failing to fix the system. John steps forward slowly, hands slightly shaking but voice calm. John, respectfully, sir, may I take a look at the system? The room goes silent. People stare at him in disbelief. CEO M.R. Smith, outrage you? This is not your place. Janitor, step back. Mike laughs loudly and claps sarcastically. Mike, oh yes, please. Let the mop man fix our servers. Maybe he'll wipe away the virus. The room laughs. Lily runs forward and grabs her father's sleeve. Lily, pleading, Daddy, please let him try. Just once, Mr. Smith sees his daughter's hopeful eyes. He hesitates, sighs angrily. CO, low voice fine. You have 1 minute. Don't waste my time. Everyone watches as John walks calmly to the main console. He gently pushes the engineer aside and starts typing at lightning speed. His fingers move confidently over the keyboard. Engineers stare in shock. Engineer 1, whispering, what is he typing? John opens a hidden system panel. Types 3 concise commands. Hits enter. The screens blink, then suddenly turn green. System voice, automated, server restored. All functions operational. People freeze. Silence. The room erupts into gasps. Engineer 2, shocked, he actually did it in like 20 seconds. Mike's jaw drops. Narrator voice, dramatic. In less than 30 seconds, the janitor did what top engineers couldn't do in hours. Mr. Smith's eyes widen. He steps forward, speechless. So, soft voice, how? Who are you? John steps back, looking humble. John, quietly, I just saw the loop causing crash. That's all, sir. Everyone is frozen, staring at John in total shock. Everyone stares at the screen in disbelief. A few engineers whisper among themselves, ashamed. Engineer 3, soft whisper, he saved the entire company. Mike stands frozen in anger and humiliation. He clenches his fists and looks away. HR manager Mrs. Lewis looks pale, completely speechless. She slowly takes a step back as John lowers his eyes respectfully. Mr. Smith, CEO, steps forward quietly, disbelief in his voice. CEO M.R. Smith, soft, emotional. You just saved $5 million in less than 30 seconds. John remains silent, his face humble. Mr. Smith is stunned. CEO, voice trembling. Who are you really? John looks down modestly, then looks up with calm eyes. John, soft voice. I'm just someone trying to earn an honest living, sir. There is silence for several seconds. The entire staff watches, feeling guilty. Even the HR manager looks ashamed. Mike looks down in embarrassment. Mrs. Lewis, almost whispering, I had no idea. The employees who mocked him earlier start whispering among themselves, regrets on their faces. Mr. Smith takes a deep breath, emotions building in his eyes. For the first time, his voice softens toward John. CEO, sincerely, thank you, John. You saved us all today. John just nods politely. Lily runs toward John and smiles brightly. Lily, I knew you could do it. Numbers appear on the dashboard. Loss recovered, $5 million. Staff gasp. Engineer 3 whispers, he actually saved $5 million. Mike stands in shock, jaw clenched, humiliated. MRS. Lewis, HR manager, stunned. I don't understand, Mr. Smith, the CEO, slowly walks toward John, disbelief and emotion visible in his eyes. The whole office watches. CEO, soft voice, emotional. Who are you, really? John looks down humbly, wiping his hands with his cleaning cloth. John, calm, sincere. I'm just someone trying to earn an honest living, sir. Nothing more. Everyone falls silent. Mike looks away in embarrassment. Mr. Smith takes a deep breath and steps forward in front of the entire staff. So, loud, sincerely, I want everyone to hear this. John, I owe you an apology. I misjudged you. Today, you saved this company and all of us. John looks shocked and emotional. CEO, warm, respectful tone. I want you to be our new head of engineering, with full salary package, benefits, everything you deserve. The staff gasp again, this time in admiration. John's eyes fill with tears. He puts a hand over his face, remembering his wife and child for a moment. His voice cracks slightly. John, I don't know what to say. Lily runs up to him and hugs his waist. Lily, smiling, tearful, you're our hero, Mr. John. John kneels down, hugging Lily gently, finally crying softly in front of everyone. Employees begin clapping slowly, then louder, a standing ovation. The applause continues. John stands in the middle, tears still in his eyes. Employees one by one lower their heads in guilt. Employee 1, ashamed, John, I'm sorry for how I treated you. Employee 2, soft voice, we never knew who you really were. Please forgive us. John gives a humble smile and nods silently. Asterisk Mr. Smith, CEO, turns to HR manager Mrs. Lewis with a stern expression. CEO, firm Mrs. Lewis, your discrimination and disrespect have no place in this company. You're fired, effective immediately. Mrs. Lewis gasps, tries to protest, then walks out with her files in humiliation. Mike, the arrogant engineer, looks down with shame. Mike, quietly, I was wrong, John. Truly. John nods, offering a gentle handshake. Mike hesitates, then shakes his hand with sincerity. Narrator, soft voice, the same people who mocked him now stood in awe of his humility and brilliance. John turns toward the CEO and staff. John, smiling softly, I accept the position. With all my heart, thank you. The staff clap again, this time with respect and admiration. A sense of unity fills the room. John now steps into the big conference room wearing a neat suit and ID badge that reads Head of Engineering. The staff stands respectfully when he walks in. John stands at the head of the large table. A team of engineers listens to him explain a system update on the whiteboard. He speaks confidently. The same people who ignored him now take notes like students. John, smiling in a calm voice, so if we reverse the loop condition and insert the fail-safe here, we can prevent future crashes. People nod in admiration. Mr. Smith watches proudly from the doorway, arms folded. He steps inside and speaks loudly to the room. CEO, smiling proudly, ladies and gentlemen, let this be a lesson to all of us. He looks directly toward John. CEO, serious tone, never judge a man by his uniform. The staff nods silently. Some even smile at John with respect and gratitude. Cut to narrator voiceover. Slow music, narrator, deep, reflective voice respect everyone because greatness can be found anywhere. A final shot of John smiling warmly as Lily peeks through the hallway door and waves happily. John smiles back, nodding. Camera slowly zooms out. Fade out the end.